and we are still going to heaven. So there is, that's the first thing in answering the question. You must assure the man that he can disagree with you agreeably. You know, you can disagree agreeably. Some people disagree disagreeably. And that's when the man says, I would rather go quiet. So, disagree agreeably. That means I don't agree with you, but I'm not raising my voice. For that to happen, my sister, you have to learn how to choose your time. And that I'm not suggesting I've ever been a woman, but because I've been asked a question, one of the big problems is our inability to control our timing. That means, if I have told you something that is getting you thoroughly annoyed, you are losing your temper, don't talk then. My sister, keep quiet. Because when you cool down, you will say things you have thought through. But when you react because I have told you something wrong, you will say things you regret later. Would you agree with me? And you know, according to me, human beings are very special people. Because animals act by reflex. We can calculate. That means, if I take you out, we used to say Hilton, now it's no longer there. If I take you to an expensive hotel, let me call it Hilton. If I take you to Hilton, and I'm using a lot of money, that's not the time to tell me how you hate me. Now, control yourself. Let us enjoy the dinner. Some of these women, you take them out and you lose the money. Now, so... It is true you have a quarrel, but you are not an animal to act on reflex. You can control yourself and pretend nothing has gone wrong. Let me enjoy Hilton. Am I communicating? Yes. Now, because you have enjoyed Hilton, it will make it easier to deal with the problem later. Are we together? Yes. But if you start, I came in a happy moment, we are celebrating your birthday, and then you decide that's the time to tell me how terrible I am. I'll get annoyed, but I'll also feel I lost my money. So the point I'm delivering is not easy, but it's a very critical one. To know you are not an animal, you don't have to react according to your feelings. You can control your feelings and have delayed reaction. In fact, when you talk about fruit of the Spirit, long suffering. Is that not in the Bible? It means, long suffering means, I would rather react now, but no. Let's wait until an appropriate time. Or we are visiting my mother. Both our parents are long gone. We are visiting my mother. Then my mother tells you something bad. And you want to react at that time. It's not use. You see, why can't you manage your mother? Now, in my mother's presence. No, you are not an animal. Control it. Even smile. On our way back, tell me, you have to handle your mother. Now, but my mother can't hear. Am I communicating? Yes. But some women just react. I'm important. Now, don't tell my mother you're important. Tell me. So you can't tell that. Don't tell me that in the presence of my mother. Am I communicating? So the first solution is that thing to remind yourself, I'm not an animal. I don't act on reflex. I'm able to control myself and still act on this thing at my timing. So number one I told you is, be aware the man is not being bad. The reason he's going quiet is because he doesn't want that. Number two, you can actually control it. Number three, we are still trying to explain why men go quiet. Is that you need to understand the way God has created us, women have a bigger allocation of words. They can talk and talk and talk. Then you talk only 3 words, and you are through. That's why somebody the other day recommended that before you arrive home, ring your mother. Talk, so you reduce the vocabulary for the day. That way you are able to talk without overburdening your husband. Anyway, the point I'm trying to say is that don't see your husband as bad just because he doesn't talk as much. I was talking to ladies. Now I'm talking to men. My friend, when you don't act on an issue because you don't want a quarrel, and it accumulates to another one, and another one, it will become a bomb. So you meant good, but you are bringing evil. Because you see, if she's really annoyed with you, and you don't sort out, then tomorrow there's another one, that annoyance will be on top of. By that time, you may just see her leave your house. Because you never acted on time. So we men must therefore realize it is not in your interest not to control the issue. I agree, we know we are not animals, we can take our time, but let's not be too much. Find a way of acting on an issue. If your wife has said, I'm not happy with the way you acted when you visited your mother, but you can say, see, this is fireworks. This is not the right time to deal with the matter. Don't deal with it then, but look for a moment in the next two days when you can actually go back and say, that matter you raised, I did not want to annoy you. That's why I did not come back to you. But I have the following to say about it. So I'm saying, men, we must be aware, not acting. If somebody is annoyed and you refuse to reply, they get even more annoyed. And things will get out of control because of that. Number 2, you need to understand that not confronting the issue sometimes communicates you don't value the person. Ladies, am I right? You know, like if a child talks, you just take her as a child. Now, your wife is not a child. So the very fact that you are ignoring communicates. Utadu. See, the teenagers say, utadu. And that's what your husband is saying without understanding that he is saying. Because he's saying, you can continue talking. Do you want to talk? Continue. So your wife feels not valued. No, it doesn't matter what. It doesn't. By the way, I'm talking to myself also. I'm not talking to you alone. I'm talking to myself. Because sometimes you feel that those are the tricks men use. You say nothing. You just ignore. But you are not understanding, you are communicating to the other person, they don't matter to you. And that's not your intention, but that's what is being heard. And you know what matters is not what you say, but what is heard. So it will be very important to understand why you must talk. The next one is, it is possible, even if you don't want to confront the issue, to say, can we discuss this thing? Give a date. Are we together? In other words, don't just ignore. Say, I think it's not a good time to talk, but I promise you, tomorrow, before we sleep, it will be the subject of the evening. That way, the temperature will go down. Okay, if you are married to a white woman. But, because you might see you continue, despite that. But please, it will communicate, you matter to me, but I think this time is not good. Does that answer the question? And I think that's important. Have you found your questions?
I think if my question, the answer sounds the same. It's true as you go through this life, the challenges really differ from person to person. And I believe the greatest challenge is our commitment to the Lord. So that when we are not fully committed, or one is committed, the other is not committed, then we have issues. And of course, as I'm saying, we work on the information that we have. So the question is, what do you do when a man takes orders from mothers and sisters? That to me is so common. That the person seems to trust the mother, to trust the sisters, and not to trust the one in the week. Which, by the way, it's nothing new. I think sometimes it's a challenge. I think at a time when I had these ladies who wake up in my community, they go away with everything in the house. Then you go for them, they come, you work again, accumulate. They go away with everything. How do you trust someone? Yeah, so I think it can be difficult. All I'm saying, I'm speaking to Christians, and I'm saying that yes, it is important that challenges will be different. What do you do when you have a husband who will not make a decision without consulting his mother? So that you are not the friend he trusts. I believe you have a job, as I said earlier, that here is someone insecure, probably, and or lacking information. So, one, it is so easy to give an answer about the Bible says, I don't know what, which of course the Bible sometimes depends on who is reading and what you want to hear from it. I think you need to ask, why is he not trusting? Why is it that he is looking together? Do you know? When I read the Bible, particularly the book of John, particularly those words from chapter 13 to 17, which are basically the Bibles that are put in red, and red because of Jesus' words, the emphasis on loving one another is so strong that I wonder, what is this message we are talking about when there is no syllabus? How do you teach people how to love one another? Because to me, it seems like it should be our key subject. For Jesus Christ to repeat it, this is my commandment, that you love one another, that you are joined in food, that the world may know that you are my disciples. What did he mean? Why is it that you don't hear that emphasized as much as Christ did? I think, how do we become friends? Because trust is based on friendship. It is based on relationship. How do we, I like Carnegie's books on love, on friendship. How to be friends. Because we are struggling in our places of work. We are not trusting our supervisors. We are not trusting the people we are working with. Who are we trusting? And we are not going to trust them because when we are having trust problems, we project them onto other people. And as we do, the mistrust increases. What are you doing which is causing your husband to go to seek the advice from others? How do you share? Do you know, to me, you need to stop assigning blame to your husband and his relatives and turn the mirror inwards and see what is it that I can do so that we become friends. I remember having a friend with that problem, and I listened to her, right with her. And sometimes when we share with women, we feel bad about women because you can be hurt and you are not again. It can irritate. And I remember going back home and feeling that all those years are okay, but not enough. And asking the Lord, what is it? What can be done? How can this man? Because I can see my sister she's not able to bring out her potential because it's not trust in this relationship. So I pray. We have a God in heaven. May I repeat? Daniel chapter 2 verse 28. There is a God in heaven who refuses mysteries. Yeah, so the Lord put an idea. Okay, no. Just a normal day. I just visited. I had an assignment. And so as we are talking, this dear friend decides to give me a lift, to give me a lift home. He is his friend. I worked with my friend Link. I don't mind. So he took me. And so as I sit there, I think, by the way, have you read this book? because you see, you need to have something. Somehow the book was about the nature of what he does. So, and this person became a believer, and how God used him in that career. So he said, no, but looking at it, he was interested. He borrowed my book. He went read. By the time he finished, he asked me for another one. I had gone to other bookshops looking for books familiar with him to create familiarity. Before long, of course, the books are having this conversion and God working things. The man started examining himself and his beliefs. Before I knew, they were running marriage seminars. Somehow things had changed, and the trust had come in, and now they could sit and consult. And of course, you've got to keep it in prayer. So what I'm saying is, let's not just assume there's a problem here, and the way to review the problem, get rid of it. No, some of the problem is within us, and you can't get rid of yourself. So we need to start asking, what can I do? It is in that process, by the way, by the grace of God those days, I got encouraged and started a toilet ministry. This toilet ministry, because we used to get these visitors, these friends. And you come and talk, but you can tell the white is going to use challenges and they are going to. So what I did, see, in Nairobi, and that's why I'm telling you, I am so happy. In Nairobi, there are toilets in the house. Particularly when the council keeps us water. And they are clean. So, put us through there. I think those of you with biology are told, we shouldn't do some things in our hand. Yeah, so that the body is relaxed. So, and you generally lock yourself inside. Put us in. Look for relevant literature, godly literature. Put it there. So you know your friends are coming. You know this is a professor. There is professor in chemistry. There is a book I've read here about a professor in chemistry and what the Lord did to him. It will be on top of the place. As the person is sitting there, they will take the book to look at it. Before you know, someone has been there for an hour. And you know, by the way, the next time I'm praying. You know, the person comes. That time I used to have a book for reading my books. They want to take the book, and I read it. By the time they come, you know books can work. I saw people changing through my toilet ministry. Even for the women, I could see there's a visitor's room where people go. Yeah, so I found it working. So what I'm saying is, like I referred to Exodus chapter 2, be creative in your own situation. So that this immorality, where boys were trained to be moral from childhood in the cultures by cultural beliefs, so that we realize we are dealing with a more serious issue. So, how do we get out of this? Because without holiness, no one will see God. So, it is not an issue of shouting to everybody, going for cancer university. What? And even more, you are the pastor in that home. Ask God for wisdom. Ask God for counsel. And He will lead you and guide you. So that the man will actually consult you before he consults his mother. And the mother will also consult you. So that to me, the act of friendship with our mothers-in-law. And you can tell clearly, my mother-in-law is not my mother. And can never be. That's a fact. In fact, for me, to tell you that the mother-in-law, that's a joke. It is your son I love, not you. I would rather be realistic. Yeah, we have a relationship because your son I love. And because your son is your son, we can't do that. I have loved you. I keep saying I follow the body mass. You know, that we did in primary school, brackets of multiplication. Because I went to school. And it wasn't so brackets, you know, where when you multiply something positive with another one positive, the answer is positive. If you multiply something positive with one negative, the answer is always negative. If something is negative, multiplied with another negative, the answer is positive. Isn't it? It really helped me to pass mathematics. Yeah. Then my teacher in primary, I remember it was statistics read. Plus, correct a friend. Minus, correct an enemy. So a friend of my friend is my friend. A friend of my enemy is my enemy. Because what were they talking about? An enemy of my friend is my enemy. And because if you don't like one I like, now what do I have to do with you? That's why you don't marry a person who doesn't love Christ if Christ is my first love. Yeah, because how do we walk? How do we talk? Because I'm always talking about my lover. Are you talking? Yeah, so some of these relationships of non-Christians, you who is not a Christian in the first place. So you marry one like you. So it is repentance rather than offense. So, yeah, and an enemy of my enemy is my friend. Because we have common enemies. Yeah, I went to school. So now the thing is, in my relationship, the mother of my husband whom I love had better be my friend, so that we can live together in harmony, including his brothers whose manners I don't like. Yeah, but since we are permanently dying here for this friendship, I am telling you I'm looking for schools for them. I will do things that they need until they realize this sister is not like others. Until they consult me before they consult you. Oh, yeah. Are we talking? Yeah, so what are you sitting there and saying my husband is having relationship? Wake up, you are a woman. Women's intelligence is not common. Can't you realize God made them? He couldn't even create anything else. It's very good. So I mean, they have better. Very good. Very good. Yeah, so that's what I would say. Even those issues of adultery, I think you need to pray and seek the Lord for wisdom and what it is you can do, and for deliverance where deliverance is needed, until the two of you go singing songs of praise. And to God be the glory. Amen.
Now, I'll try to run through Godfrey's question, because they are likely to summarize the other one. I think that's what he tried to summarize. The first one, how to rebuild broken trust after infidelity. I told you that yesterday. I say confront, don't just cover it up. Pray, and then, as a way of ensuring the matter is properly dealt with, look for a third party who is speaking the law. You remember? Because you can't just say, oh, you are Teresa. Now, what was he Teresa about? Let him tell the details in the hearing of another. And that will help you. If it is real Teresa, you will certainly be helped. Managing marriage with empowered women. That's a full topic for the next time, isn't it? Especially talking to men, not women, listening. But let me say three things. This is now a huge topic. Yeah. Because when we were getting married, when I was in the University of Nairobi in the 70s, we had 13 halls of residence and only one box for women. So it meant that to marry a graduate was next to impossible. We were just too few in terms of ratio. Are we together? Now, they are 50-50, isn't it? So chances are, you are beginning to also have that first problem. Number two, there is something called affirmative action. If you start working for the same company, you'll be promoted. Not because it's more hard working, but because they are looking for women. Still they want that room. And they don't have one that up there. So they'll be looking for which one. So even how hard working you are always going to get a promotion before you. The moment you get promotion, her salary is even higher. Now you understand you have to be empowered. Now, if you follow that line, you understand now it is regular for women to earn more than men. I know that because when I say the other day at my age, the other day could be 10 years ago. Be careful with the word the other day. But now you understand the other day. So the other day, you were running a seminar, a marriage seminar, and a lady came to during break and said, Razanana, he will want to go to his sister with me. We have a problem, our generation. You see these women here? Most of us earn more than husbands. And it has created such insecurity among them. We are really suffering in our homes. You must tackle that problem. You must tell us how to tackle it. I did not think about it. That's why questions are good. They become now normal for women to earn more than men. First problem. Second problem. We were brought up as boys, taught by our parents, who are more than their wives, our mothers, to think we are the providers. One woman better. And they keep repeating it. So the moment your wife asks more, one woman better is one woman. Your wife is one woman. How can you the contradiction? I don't keep repeating it. You are realizing the psychological torture you are putting on men. Because who are you then? Since a man is money and you don't have it, or you don't have enough of it, then who are you? And know something is a marriage and so I can be created. Yes. The moment a man starts feeling like that, that matter will appear in bed. He will be available in bed, then I must remember, I'm not the man. Yes. And he's not able to perform in bed, and it has, and wonder what's happening. It all came from the service. So if you don't deal with this issue, it will destroy every department in your marriage. We must revise and tell them the truth. Number one, and remember, the problem is not the women. The problem is the men. The first thing we tell them is that Eve was created as a helper. Are we together? Now, when somebody is helping you in every department, you are not only helping where? You are not he's a helper. So what's wrong with her helping you with money? Correct. There's nothing wrong with God helping you with money. It's biblically correct for your wife to bring you money. And anyway, that's just the truth. An African woman always provided. She used to work hard, isn't it? Yes. So, what is new? Nothing new. All the food that was eaten at home was actually brought up by the wife. This guy was speaking of the cows, which are not eaten daily. So that's the first thing we must sort out. Let the men know there is nothing wrong with women earning money. Are we together? So they are helping the family. And that is very, very important. Number two, which is very, very important to understand. You must understand the scriptural idea behind money. There's another question below here. According to what I told you that this morning, it is important to understand in a Christian marriage, we bring in contribution according to ability, but use according to need. Let me repeat. In a Christian marriage, people contribute according to ability, but use according to need. That means, once you have contributed, how the money is used has no relationship with you properly. Because the moment it is yours, rather, the minute you are the same group, when the money belongs to the family, you now have a family budget, isn't it? And I could be the one bringing more money, but my dress is more expensive. And hey, no, you can't be. No, it's irrelevant whether if my suit is only 1,000 shillings and her dress is 2,000, who will pay 2,000? Once you say she needs a dress, you are. It will not matter that her salary is so little. So that's the principle that the men need to hear. It doesn't matter who brings the money. What matters is your problem. And that I need to know for example. The scriptures are clear. If you don't work, don't eat. So these men, and they are now available, who get so distracted about their small salary, they retire. They should not stop eating. The idea of a man who brings nothing at home is a biblical contradiction. Earning less is not wrong, but earning nothing is evil. So and now many men who actually are happy, oh, I did not get a job of my life, continue our graduate. The moment you are a man, you will become a watchman, just so that you come home with something. Being a watchman does not mean you don't get your job as an engineer. But don't come home with nothing. Do any job so that you know at least your children are eating ugali from you, although the meat is from your husband. But you cannot say you are in a Christian marriage and depend on the wife. It's unbiblical. You are not the helper. Am I going to So for me to help you, you must be so this must help something that I have time. Am I going to So we need to come out clear. That will be that our sons, because Professor, that was not our generation. No. It's our sons who are in that category. Where, because the wife is earning more, why work? So you want the TV the whole day? No, that's not all. Do any work that is morally right. Come with home with a quarter of the salary of your wife, but come with something. Are we together? So the moment you teach people that, then it will mean that the time the wife starts earning more, he will not start feeling insecure. Married, because he doesn't feel insecure, that marriage will continue. But if we don't unteach and learn the things we were taught by our parents, there is no hope for our children's marriages. It means the church must start doing this thing of how to handle the empowered. I'm done with the men. The second problem is women. You know when you are being told to us over here, so they formed an opinion that is not right for you to contribute to the family budget. I'll tell you, Professor, what the formula they use. They say, for my money is my money, and your money is our money. That I call us women say. The more we are together, the greater will be for your money. My friend, that's not the way for my sister. Your money is not your money. Your money is our money, and my money is still our money. So we must deal with this sister problem, where you can do anything with your money, and then you come. How are you going to pay school fees? It's not working. Men, am I talking to you? Yes. Are these things real? Yes. Our sisters are listening. Because that the problem is, and you know, sometimes they're very interesting. They say they want to move from Mongolia to Gorogoro. How can I believe? Our friends are moved to Gorogoro. How can we see Mongolia? And her money is being used on shoes. They are so not going to rent. It's your work. Why do you marry me? Now, let's be clear. We have to live with that issue. It's not biblical and it's not even appropriate. Sisters, you must, your money is our money. Because the two shall become one. So their pocket must become one. However, having said that, the moment you agree to put your money together, or the quotation for putting your money together, it belongs to both, not to one. That means the moment your money is together, your husband cannot use that money without your permission. Now and then but we don't like that. Men don't understand. Women find it easier to ask. But it means you cannot call yourself a Christian. Your wife's money was put there. Then you go buy things for your mother without your wife's permission. It's by the way, man, it's not easy. The moment we put my wife died, we did that right from day one when we got married. And then I went home. And because I was the one paying school fees for my siblings, so we are talking to my mother and she says, we need this and this and this. I said, Mom, you attended the wedding. You were married by Bishop Retired. Her father was an Anglican pastor. So you were married, the bishop brought us to. Now, I told my mother, my father had died. So I told my mother, you attended the wedding, isn't it? You have me say publicly, I have given her everything. You know that's what the Anglican prayer does. You know the one here also says the same. I give you all my heart. That's part of the law. So I have nothing. Nothing. I'll go to Nairobi, we talk with Rebecca, then I'll give you the answer. A lot of Kikuyu men cannot do that. But who does Kikuyu man? I'm a Christian. I must not behave like a Kikuyu. I must behave like a Christian. So be honest with your parents. You have no money and you take this publicly and they are taking the way. So it means you must go to your wife to decide how to help your mother. If somebody is not willing, he wants you to put your money there, then he uses the way he wants. He's being unbiblical. So the first thing that man gets to. A lot of women are willing to put money together, if only they know that they are not losing control. I'm crazy. If you are saying, I give you my money, you do it, that's out. That's not good. So we must, and the moment people realize our money is our money, none can use without the other. You run together. Nobody feels poor, nobody feels rich. And that's really the solution to this question. That's the Christian way of approaching it. And I know, unfortunately, from my assessment, you have been running married seminar for the last 25 years. You have been married around 44 years. The last 25 years you have been married seminars. I've come to a good conclusion. Among evangelicals, among saved people, you cannot even get 40% who obey the Bible on this matter. They are saved, very few, speaking in tongues, but their mind has never gotten married. So they are sitting here. I'm not looking at you. You are married, but you're not having a Christian. You want a Christian marriage? Take the risk. Run the budget together. On condition that nobody will own the money. We own it together. But I've learned over time to add an additional comment. However, I worked for Shell for around 30 years. We always had an agreed budget, but I was allowed to go off by 5% down or 5% up. It's called contingency. And similarly, even if your money is together, you need a contingency amount. Where, if I meet Bishop at around Houston, I can buy you a soda, not really Rebecca. Rebecca, can I Bishop? Can I buy Bishop a soda? No. A soda is within my contingency. What is it? Yeah. Your wife must be able to buy hardware without putting right in the Bible. So that's contingency. Are we together? So, but if he brings you a whole car as a gift, you know that that's not to be contingency. It's just a gift. It's very important. He told the family money, and now he silenced you by giving you money. And we ask, what happened to the rest of that money? So it's important to understand contingency is important because you can suffocate each other in the lab. Gives people the adequate independence. 5% is later here and not there, you can manage it. So if you have 100,000, it's a joint you have 100,000. 5% is how much? 5,000. You can't buy a big item with it. So it's not, you're not for buying handkerchiefs and buying bishop soda, those kind of things. If you are buying something substantial, you must discuss. You cannot move your children from Prokoro Primary to do it without your wife's knowledge. Oh, you are forever. I'm taking this time, this issue of empowered woman is an issue we need to deal with. And the solution lies in having a Christian marriage rather than a Kikuyu marriage. Because Kikuyu say, yeah, to me and in English, Kikuyu men are not allowed to believe their wives. Except we learn that to be too accidental. That generally speaking, my grandfather told me, you don't believe women, including my mother, was not supposed to listen to my man, according to my grandfather. Because women are small boys. You can't take them seriously. You listen to that kind of thing for life, and unless you get sick, that's what we call it, being born again. Because you have put that, you grew up with the information of women and women and boys. So whatever you always say, you just smile. Because you just continue. Because you don't have it seriously. Because a woman and a child are the same. And so that's what we need to kill. So the empowered woman is not a problem at all, not a threat at all. Once you're in a Christian, and some of those things, I worked for Shell for other years. When my own went to do masters, she said, you are not going to get a master's before you. I said, we're in a competition. She is a teacher, she needs a master's because she was doing A-level economics. That's what she was sitting at the school boys, A-level economics. Now she wants to do a master's, so because A-level was taken to the university, and she wanted to follow her students to the university. Makes sense, isn't it? Commission is sending for courses in the country, out of the country, but they are short courses. They don't give you a degree. So I get a degree just to impress. That's not Christian. Are we together? So it's very important to understand. Yeah, then she gets a PhD and I have none. Now, people think higher. In fact, people like calling me Dr. Nana. I say, I have not that I failed my PhD. I never attended. It does not affect our mind in any way. If she has no money, it is not our money, it is our money. I hope I'm communicating. So that empowered being is fake. And I'm talking to not men now, I'm talking to women. You must understand you are still a wife, not a man. You are born a woman, you say, and your husband remains the head of your family with the head of your salary. What's the head of a family? Head of a family does not mean a dictator. It means a chairman of the family meeting. And in a chairman's meeting, the chairman will not have said anything, but he's the one who announces the decision. Your husband will say, we are very good. God has been very good to us. Now our God in our Matasi. Over the 2 days, the wife who came out with the but the announcement was given by them. So it's important to understand that. Because we have that understanding of what it means to be ahead of our home. You think the wife, because she's animal, she has become? No. After all, the money is not your money. It's our money. And it's really, so you must continue to show them. You know, Margaret Thatcher really impressed us. When we saw on TV her being demonstrated cooking for Mr. Thatcher. She is a prime minister, and she was called Power Woman. I don't believe her. But when she arrives home, she is making tea for her husband. Like we learn from it. That's a picture you are given. But some women are just warriors. But they can't come home and cook because, you know, our mother. If a prime minister of a powerful nation can be a woman, how can a single wife like what? So it's important to understand that what you are in the office is irrelevant to what you are at home. Your husband will be a messenger at work, but the head of the family are home. So that's a very, very important issue. It's a very important issue to deal with. That's what I'm taking. The others, I'll just skip through. I've talked about financial oneness. My wife dealt with this in-law issue, and I repeat, in-law problems are not in-law problems. They are just men who are refused to grow. Are we together? Yes. When you hear there's an in-law problem, it's just like the boy is still a boy. Do you know there are people where if the mother is coming home to Nairobi to visit you, the family is in queue for the week the mother is in Nairobi. The son is behaving like a child. I'm not like that. What did you assure me? Did you think you will feed everybody else? But he is actually behaving like that. Your mother must be respected, but she must know she is a visitor. She is coming to your house. The person who calls the shots is your wife. Her daughter in? No. And if you don't do that, you're not doing it. Why? The scriptures are clear. For this reason, a man shall leave. In other words, you are not allowed to get married until you leave. So if she's coming to Nairobi, you left. She's a visitor. And she must behave like that. And if she starts misbehaving, take her to a corner and say, Mom, this is not my father's house. That lady is the owner of the house. Don't embarrass her before your wife. Tell her you are, you know the language only the two of you understand. That Mom, here you are. If the guy is bad, you're a visitor. You know this bad guy all the time. For now, enjoy it. You know there are parents who know to send your boss the kitchen to cook. The son does not eat well. Even if you cook up for me, you will have the bad guy. So it's important. That's why I'm telling you the problem is not the women. The problem are the men. They are so afraid they cannot call off their mother who is terrorizing their wives. The biblical requirement is you must leave before you get married. Therefore, your mother must know she is. I think I said to the last time I was here, because we are more like a religion. The difference between Christian marriage and Catholic marriage is so huge that on that one factor, if, for example, the two most powerful women in a man's life world, if you have two powerful women, it's your wife and your mother. Yes. And you love them both. Am I right? Yes. If they ever quarrel, in a traditional marriage, it's obvious who will lead? The wife must lead. In fact, which is called Monomoka Abese. So, it's clear that you better not quarrel with your mother-in-law, because if you quarrel, you are one to. In a Christian marriage, it's as clear as that. If your mother and your wife quarrel, one of them must leave the visitor. Who is the visitor? There's no debate. She goes back to her husband, who happens to be your father. There is no debate about it. If your mother and your wife quarrel, they clear who must leave. Because you left. You left. So it is unity. So, can you see how clear it is? So, if you now start behaving, if you're in a Christian marriage, but those issues of in-law problems just end. Because your brothers come and they are throwing their legs on chairs and the wife has to clean them. And they ask, hey, put your leg down. No, this is my brother's house. My normal recommendation is the wife should not talk after that. Wait until your husband comes home. Then your brother, this is what he did. But you know, many men are not yet there. They dare not tell off their brothers. Because you'll be reported to the man. So, you know they are young. Just forgive them. No, don't forgive them. Strengthen them. Let them know they are visitors. Or are your brothers part of your children? Let them know they are visitors. This house is not my house. It's our house. But the real person with the power is my mom, my wife. So he tells you to put your legs down, we can put them down, or that's the Christian position. Am I correct? Because that is what the meaning of a man shall be. Does sleep have another meaning? See you left. See the ability. So you must come out clear. And you know something? Just go back to my testimony. The moment I sorted out with my mother, she was born again. From then onwards, she knew there was no need of being asking me for money. She started talking to her brother-in-law. Because she doubted I can refuse. So, when I found out this, by the time my mother died, the other day, I used to be told information by my wife. They were like this. And she got cancer. The details I did not hear from my mother. They were closer than I was in my own mother. Why did it start? By me telling her right that a year previously that I am now owned by Rebecca. And she respected Rebecca. And she had not gone to school, but I think she knew Bournemouth. She wanted to get my friendship. Rebecca be friend? But that will not happen until you go to your father and tell him. He says, can you buy a plot here? You know, there's a plot just next to me at house. There's a plot I want you to buy. He says, thank you for telling me. I'll go back to Nairobi and consult the treasurer. Your father will know that there is no decision you can make without the input of your treasurer. And the one they land that, your parents respect you. In the moment they land that. Initially they say you are being sad. And then when they accuse you of being sad, they say, yeah, I accepted it. I was in a wedding and I allowed one person to sit on. If you hear that one is sitting on me, please Papa can help me. But for now, this one has all permission to sit. That there is no problem. But they must know that you are happy to be sad. But we are giving the impression like problems come only from the bad side. I like dealing with one subject at a time. Now I'm sisters. They never left. You know, another time we were having a problem, we were going to cancel a family. And the brother, they are sick. The brother told me, that's your house. You know, I did not know I married two women. This one, and the one of the house to tell me which county. My name is your county, so I don't want to say. What do you mean? I asked him, what do you mean? There is no decision that can be made here until they ring that company. Like they wanted to buy a plot in Go. And since they have the money, they have everything, they have the plot, they say, no. We have not yet gotten permission from the mother of the wife. And he was feeling terrible. And even when we now started in the meeting to try to help him, you know the lady called the small child was old enough to hear. The discussion could not go on. We tried, and we finally, since we also have our issue to go and do it home, we finally have to leave. Because we left, say, but as you can see, I live in hell. And these are same people. So it's very important to understand there are many in-law problems manufactured by the wives. There is no way you can be sending things to your mother without your husband's permission. Because you are agreed. And there will be no things in heaven. People in things who stole their husband's money. So it must be clear that since we all live together, don't take anything to your side without our permission. Number 2, which is very important, is that your parents must know that they are allowed to be advised, but they are not allowed to instruct. Are we together? Because to be an adult means you receive advice from parents, you don't receive. And many women actually receive instructions from their mother. Then therefore, all of a sudden you have agreed, oh, she did this. No, you're not going there. What has happened? She may not honor, but the truth is she got a phone call from her mother, who did not advise back. So sisters, you must decide, are you married or not? Married. If you are married, the only person with a vote in the family issues is your husband, not your mother. Are we together? And again, how will your mother know this? Keep telling her, thank you for the advice, but you don't have to consult my. You see these 4 or 5 times they say you are a fool. Why did you allow a man to sit on? I thought you were an educated woman. How can you be sat on? Say, that man, I see in public that he can sit on me. If another man is sitting on me, come and help me. But this one is really, I'm willing to be sat on. And that will sort out your parents. Am I together? Yes. So you need to understand these in-law problems are not actually in-law problems. It's lack of following the scriptures. But when they study a study on marriage and separation, and they discover that 30% of the people in Italy who are separated, it was caused by in-law interference. So it has scientifically proven that even here, our dad are suffering because of in-law interference. And interference is because of a man or a woman who have refused to protect them. So my recommendation is, if my mother or my brothers are giving my wife trouble, she's not allowed to quarrel with them. She reports to me, I handle my people. You know why I must handle my people? Because my mother, even if you quarrel, she remembers me in her peace. She will forgive me, even before I have repented. But if I quarrel with her father, he cannot remember me in her peace. He just says, my son-in-law is terrible, did this. But my own mother will always forgive me. So instead of quarreling my mother, leave me to quarrel with her dad. And 2 weeks later, we are friends together. So you don't allow a cross thing. That's why this joke of a mother-in-law is a very bad joke. But they encourage women to be careful with their mother-in-law. Not understanding. Your mother-in-law is not a bad woman. She still doesn't know you. She cannot remember you in happiness. So as process work, if you talk in a way to interpret the Zoom, she will be more hard than no man. You agree with that statement? That's why you must be careful with your mother-in-law. If you like her, be careful the language you use. Even if she is happy and happy with you, don't talk carelessly. Because she cannot remember you in. So that's very. So whenever you have a serious, your in-laws are hard. Remember, you're not an animal, you don't have to behave like individuals. Please wait until your spouse and your spouse will handle it. If the real are Christian spouses, I think that's, and unfortunately, I wanted us to finish by 5, and it's about 5. Maybe the other question: how do you give constructive reason to your spouse when they have a character of not taking any form of Christian positive? I think you have that, isn't it? How best can we decide on the number of children to have? We already have one baby. We are open to have more, but we are not known the best receipt of the number of children. What are some of the things we can consider to have? Yeah, the bishop's wife and my wife have already recommended. So I'll not go back to that. How do you address in-laws interference in the course of your marriage, where the in-laws have a lot of sway on matter? They have that. Respect and submission in marriage. They have that. And then features of God marriage are talked about. Kindly comment on a husband who goes for massage in an SPA without let me address myself to the women. Massage is not that a difficult science, is it? So the first thing is, instead of your husband going for massage, why don't you study? Do a course online on how to... And I'm getting certificates. By the time we open, I'll have several certificates. Now you can do a course online and get a certificate. In how to? You see, I am told, I'm a bad example. I've never been from those things. But I'm told by the people who go that it's actually medical. So, you are not going there, of course, some people are going there for bad reasons. But the Christian told me, I go there because I need it. That's why I say, then my wife must know how. Second thing that I got, and I'm talking to women, the second thing is, if you can see something required, and somebody went because you are not willing or able, debate with him, which is a say, please, you can Google up and find out where men, I don't know, because he's not a topic I'm good at, I don't know. Are there men who get massage? Yes. So why are you going to woman? Now, it's all that people choose. People choose. So the Christians who are choosing women, I can be suspicious. Okay. So that's the second thing. So you can be involved in the choice of who is going to massage. Thirdly, and very important, and this is a little embarrassing to say, you must be so available to him in all matters that happen there that he has no reason to be interested there. Am I only with you? But if you are not available, and he goes to a massage who does massage class. Can you see the trouble? Can you see the trouble in the massage class? He went there with good intention, but went to the devil wearing massage clothes. But if he is already satisfied where he is, can you see it will help him to resist temptation? Yeah, that's important. Let's now talk to the men. Be honest. Why don't you woman to massage you if there are men who can massage? Number 2, we pray in the Lord's Prayer Put us not to deliver us from evil. Why go to evil? Why going for temptation? If there is an alternative, I will also be very careful to need it. So I think that's the thing you need to have in the back of your mind. That the girl massaging you may not have good intentions. So it's a matter that you need to actually think about as a man. Thirdly, according to this question, why are you making it? Even if you are going to save them with good intentions, the moment you have discovered, she will think you are smaller than it. No, I just went. How come you never? I think it's important to understand what we call transparency will save you from a lot of trouble. Because then those suspicions are going to die. And it's important that you understand and die. However, I admit what matters is the principle, and the principle is do not put us to deliver us from evil. It means that I must not be in a place that can tempt you if I can avoid it. Are we together? And that's really the important thing that we need to do. Now, there are many more questions. I'll answer them. Give me about a week, and I'll read them. Everybody wrote a question. Is a week too long? Can you give me a week? Yes. Yeah, so that I'll reply every one of them, so that at least look at all them. You only do it by 4, going beyond 5. We are going to be unethical. The bishop will die. If you don't do 5, you don't do 4, you are going to 5. You say those people cannot be trusted. You want to be trusted. Conflicts, rescuers, because it's so